And then hosting platform, this is key, all right? So I have two options for you. Anchor.fm is one of the easiest. And then there's also Libsyn, right? And there's tons out there, but just do your due diligence. The reason I'll say that is because some people will say that there's pros and cons. Anchor.fm, what's really cool with it is you can actually record a podcast right from your phone and it will shoot it out to iTunes, Spotify, etc. Some will argue that technically you don't own your content on Anchor.fm, which means that technically they could shut your show down or use your content without your permission. That's for any platform. If you're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, it's still their platform. And yes, you own the content, but basically what they're saying is just be careful if you're thinking of doing like major sponsors, I should say, and etc. Keep that in mind. Otherwise, I've used it. It's very easy to use. Libsyn is just as good. It's not free. You do have to pay depending on the amount that you have on the platform. They're all great. Do your due diligence. Don't make it hard for you. It's a hosting platform. A hosting platform helps you host the podcast. It's kind of like a website hosting, and then it literally pushes it out to the respective channels like Spotify, iTunes, Breaker, like all those other hosting platforms where you can actually stream. They provide the RSS feed. That's what it is. All right. So then make sure also when you're doing that and you're hosting that you're selecting your podcast category. Is a very key tip that you want to do. Selecting a podcast category is key. There's large categories or small categories. You want to make sure it fits into the right. I would do a little bit of both. That way you're not a small fish in a large pond, but also can rank in some categories where, you know, if you haven't really put some thought to it, maybe you may not have thought of putting yourself there, but it's important because then people will see you there and then you'll be in the you'll be noticed and you'll pop up. So that pretty much wraps it all together. Those are your tips in 10 minutes. I think we just made the cutoff, but that is how you start a podcast from A to Z. The rest, you can actually find out more on our website, investedtalent.com, if you're looking to produce your own or repurpose your content, which is key. And there's also podcast domination course that tells you how to strategically find and land your dream heroes and guests and position yourself as an authoritative figure in the place to gain, not only serve your audience, but also serve your personal brand. So on that note, we'll see you next time. And I hope that your podcast does the best that it can do. Your message is echoed across the podcast world. We'll see you on the other side. Cheers.